What's your primary goal for the day? What's your mission?
To become sky.
That's my breath. My princess.
Bye, Asia. Bye. Oh, there you are. Let's go. Michael's hip-hop rap.
No, hip-hop is a culture. It's a way of life. Rap is the music of hip-hop. Hip-hop is a culture. Hair, fashion, attitude, graffiti art, DJs, mixed DJs, producer DJs. It's a culture. It's a whole thing.
How can the nation cross over into hip-hop? It doesn't seem like they would, jive up.
Well, the fact that rap has taken a political, truth-oriented approach now towards waking people up and utilizing the music to get people to see things from a deeper perspective, it has become an additional tool in the war against oppressor. So therefore, rap has become a voice for those who don't have one. Just like my show is a voice for those who don't have an outlet to express the feelings of the people in general or addressing the political issues that regard, our well-being. So
it's also in a form that's accepted.
Exactly. It's the music element, which is so good about my program. The music is a lure, regardless if it's political rap, if it's party rap, whatever. It's just the music attracts you, and then you hear the message, and then you hear the groove, and you hear the message, and you're just kind of like lost in it. And before you know it, you like what you hear, and you want to hear more. And you want to hear more. It's like my tapes. When I make people tapes or give them tapes, it's like a drug to some people. They just want to hear it over and over again. They just get caught up in it because of the way it's done. It's not me bragging on my own work. It's just feedback I get from people. I'll give some tapes to a friend. They'll come back and say somebody took it. Or they'll play it for somebody in their car like, oh my God, I gotta have one of these. And the fact that someone's taking music and mixing in, sound bites of various types, from news to the minister's lectures to anybody that's speaking upon the oppressed, behalf. So that is kind of like the element that kind of really just wraps you up, because you want to hear the music, then you want to hear what the brothers and sisters are saying, like, whoa, yeah, that's true, yeah, that's right, yeah.
We begin with the first fatalities of Operation Restore Hope. Up until now, the U.S.-led military operation was proceeding with little violence. That changed today with a shooting at a French checkpoint in the capital of Mogadishu. CNN's Jim Clancy has the latest developments from Somalia.
Now see, what I would normally do is I will take out my source and the names of those whose voices I'm using. Not for any particular reason, but I just prefer that. Now, if this doesn't come out the way I want to, I'll just do it again. So this is KCRW. Everybody be quiet. Shh.
Now, it's time for the Militant Master Mix with the revolutionary Michael Mixxin Moor.
We begin with the first fatalities of Operation Restore Hope. Up until now, the U.S.-led military operation was proceeding with little violence. That changed today with a shooting at a French checkpoint in the capital of Mogadishu, Somalia.
So, what kind of games are we playing?
What did the brother tell you yesterday about it?
He said it's a back door to South Africa. You set up shop way in the north. You've got a port. You're on the coast. Don't take much to get any further to go south. The continent, yes, is big, and they basically just setting up their first command post. There are no longer any bases, army bases, or naval bases in the Philippines, so they've got to have a base somewhere. Mm-hmm. So they've got one set of people set up that they've now moved, so they got to put them somewhere. Mm-hmm. So it's basically the whole plot is starting to come to fold. Who's going to control the natural resources of the motherland? Who's going to get Africa? Who's going to run Africa? So this is just step one. on top of that, it just gives them it gives them a position too to assist South Africa, because now you've got the people down there that are killing white people, like they're just like going off. So what are they going to do to stop that, since the majority is black people? So it's just a position that they've taken that they can utilize in the course of time that they have set to their agenda. So it's all prophecy coming to pass. So I'm not surprised. It just kind of like caught me off guard in terms of not thinking about that other element. I mean, yeah, the overall plot is to take over the whole continent, yeah, but what is their next, phase, to secure South Africa?
That's the thing I'm trying to let people know that there's somebody conscious, not just doing music to be doing it, not just mixing records, not just clowning to be on the air, you know what I'm saying? So it just lets people know that you're in it for more than that. I'm going to do what I do here. If I can do it on record too, gotta use every medium we can to reach our people. Because it was a trip. Sister Soldier was on the phone with me when the rebellion was going on. She's like, so what's going on? Because New York was like giving it up to us. I'm like, damn, LA done went buck wild. And it was like, I'm like, well, brothers are just handling their business, basically, So I said, but I keep you posted. But yeah, brothers back there were like, ooh, LA. Which was a good sign. It just shows that the unity is coming from all aspects, even in the religious groups. The ministers and the Baptists and Christian, they embracing the minister more. When I was in Atlanta for Savior's Day, they had the whole Atlanta clergy, from the Hebrewites, you name it. And then they were going to have this little meeting with the Jewish leaders and the rabbis down there. And they said that they weren't going to meet with them unless the minister was there with the FOI. They wouldn't meet with him. Because the minister wanted to dialogue with the Jews. He wanted to set the record straight. He wanted to talk about these so-called accusations, these so-called misunderstandings. But they don't want to talk. They just want to keep calling him anti-Semite and a hater and a Hitler. But he's willing to dialogue with them. Hey, let's dialogue. Just because I disagree with you don't mean I hate you. Like a lady called last week saying, there's so much anger, so much rage, so much hate, so much... I'm like, first of all, what you're hearing is the feelings of the people. I said, I can substantiate it with your media. And as far as anger and hate goes, anger and hate are two different things. I said, you need to go into your dictionary and understand that. I says, because if I am angry with you and I scold you or reprimand you, if you're my daughter or my son, doesn't mean I hate you. I may be angry with you for something you did wrong, but I'm going to correct you, even though it's a chastisement, still. It has to be done, but that doesn't mean I hate you. I'm doing it because I love you. So people have to really dig deep. I get a few calls every now and then. People don't understand what I'm putting over the air. And then I got white folks that call and just be like, yeah, power to the people. This is great. And then I get people who call up and say, how are they letting you do that? This station it's a Jewish station. It's Jewish run. It's Jewish owned, which it's not. It's community owned, but this management is mostly Jewish. But they like what I do. They accept what I do. They respect it. But if you ask me on the real, it's Allah's permission. So they don't have no say-so. If he don't me doing it no more, he'll make sure I won't do it no more. And that's that. But other than that, when he's ready to pull the plug will get pulled.